Hey there, I'm Heather Legge, and I'm feeling inspired to share a little message with you today, based on a conversation, a really inspiring and extraordinary conversation that I had with a truly respected colleague and a really great girlfriend this morning. And she admitted to me that she's really struggling with some overwhelm. She's got a lot of stuff going on, and she's trying to cram. She specifically said she added up all the stuff that she is feeling the need to do well. And it is well over 100 hours a week. And she's not been getting enough sleep and taking care of herself. And I was thinking about this and how we're in this society, this place where yes, I see this a lot with clients periodically, or hopefully only at the beginning of our coaching relationship, but where we believe, we know to be true on some level, that if we put more time into something and we take away from sleep or things that feel less important, or things we can kind of put on the back burner, and we take time away from that and we focus on boosting our productivity and getting through it and surviving, that just putting more effort and time will fix the problem. But when that doesn't work is past anything like 2 or 3 days. I mean, we have to get sleep. So my good girlfriend admitted to me she had only been subsisting on about 3 hours. And I mean, obviously, any of us who have done that have tried that for any period of time, understand really quickly that is just not going to work. It's not a sustainable strategy. It can get us through 2 or 3 days, and I know a lot of you are doing something similar to this kind of all the time, or maybe in short fits and bursts of time. Maybe it's 2 or 3 days a week. You're getting through this, and look at new moms and dads, and they are the walking dead. They are zombies in a way that only some of us can understand. I mean, they're not living, they're surviving. And if you have found yourself in this kind of position, I have this message for you. So really, at the end of this life, whether that's maybe 40 years from now, a few years from now, or tomorrow, let's face it, we really never know. Are you going to be able to say, I chose what mattered to me? Or not so much? How are you doing? How would you rate yourself in terms of choosing to spend your time and energy on what really matters to you? Now, now is the time to make these changes. Now is the time to make these meaningful activities, these meaningful people, a priority. And we all know how this works. You got to put the big rocks into the container, the medium rocks, the pebbles, and then the sand, and then the water. Because if you do it the other way around, you can't fit any of the pebbles and rocks in. The stuff that matters. The shit that really matters at the end of this life. What are you going to say you did that mattered? What are you choosing day in and day out? And yes, I know life gets in the way. And sometimes that happens. And sometimes we just have to get back to basics. So, what are you going to do about it? So, what do you say is meaningful to you? What do you say is a priority that you've been unwittingly or maybe knowingly, but you're fooling yourself into thinking it's temporarily procrastinating, where you just haven't squeezed it in yet? So, think about it right now. What have you been putting off that is meaningful for you? You haven't squeezed in, you haven't made time for it. And why not? Yeah, it's because of all the filler. It's all the filler that gets in the way. It's all the stuff that we think we should be doing, and we get into these habitual ways of being. We just do. It's part of our culture, our society, but it is a choice. So I'm asking you now to make the choice that works for you. Okay, and another thing I want to cover on this is you're human. So you're human. And my good friend and colleague admitted to me it sucks showing her humanness. And oh boy, can I relate, because I've been there. And a lot of my clients, you beautiful, talented, amazing, savvy women who are A-type. Maybe you've got the perfectionist thing like I do, or maybe you've got the superwoman thing like my good friend. It sucks to show our humanness sometimes. But that's what makes life so rich and wonderful and meaningful. So it's time right now to think about what you've been putting off, the life, the good life that you've been thinking you're going to get to, the activities that are actually worth a shit, the people that are worth a shit. What are you waiting for? Start figuring, add it in now. And yeah, so something has to give. So you got to get rid of the bullshit, that the shoulding all over yourself. The idea, the expectations of this whatever, super buttoned up tight life. No, it's about being human. If you're like me, you've completely, I resisted for years and years and years, not having the perfectly organized linen closet as an example. Now, I don't even give a shit if the towels are even folded. What matters is when I step out of the shower and I reach and there's a clean towel, then life is good. I don't care about the other shit anymore. And it is so liberating. It is so liberating, and I want that for you. So, you're human. You're not a freak. You're not a failure. You just are at a crossroads and you have a choice. So you can let this message be a sign, a little challenge, and you can choose to shift into the life that you want.